All right, so here we go. Oh well. I can't really see it very well. Okay, so C. Quinn, Rob, how you doing? Richard's here. Uh-oh, I got white. Still a little bit focused, but alrighty. Derek's here. Bad Wolf. Evening, James. How are you today? Brian, Drago. Alright, yeah, that's not going to work out very well. I don't know, maybe up there. Anyway, so, all that being said, it is. Hey everyone, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, take you along for the ride for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. It is the 19th of September. Well, we got 1 day and 1 week left until the end of the third quarter. Can you believe that? The third quarter is ending tomorrow. No, wait a minute. No. Next week. Jack D. Trillionaire. Okay, Brian Drago, how are you doing? I don't know which is closer to that one or this one. I get so much things going on over here. All right. Drazik. Dude, I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. What's happening? Nice to see you. Alrighty, so let's get started. It is Thursday. Not a whole heck of a lot happens on a Thursday. So let's see what's going on. Alright, user number 6025, blah, 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 blah. How are you doing today? Alright, let's get rolling. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the stocks we picked up from last week. Brand new to this, if you can use simpler language. Devo, I'll see what I can do. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. Now, Devo, you got to remember this. This trading strategy and everything I am going to teach you was created for my 9-year-old daughter. So I have not changed it in 15 years. It's basically the exact same when my 9-year-old daughter crawled up on my lap and said, Daddy, 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 can you teach me to do what you're doing? I said, okay, let's get started. So, a 9-year-old little girl, first and foremost, it had to be simple. Safe, predictable, consistent, and no way that she could lose. That was the important one. Because what's going to happen if a 9-year-old loses? Drazzleton, I started and say hi. Joshua, how are you today? How do you find your stocks? Ooh, give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you that as soon as I'm done here. All right? So, as I was saying, simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Steve from New Jersey, how you doing? And in no way that she could lose. Because the reason why, how do you feel about the yield curve? Okay, Matt, you really got to explain to me what you mean by that. Okay, because I have no idea what you mean by the yield curve. Now, when I say this has to be simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, you're forgetting the part of the simple. GD, good evening to you. All right, so for it to be simple and easy, the inversion. Okay, you still got to explain to me what you mean by the inversion. You know what? Enron Energy Transfer has a great dividend and track record. Okay, Enron, we'll take a look at that in a second, but let me finish up with some of the disclaimers and some of the lead-ins and all that kind of interesting, fun information. Okay, so as we said, it's got to be simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, and no way you can lose. So, I had to come up with 5 very interesting rules. Joshua, I'm doing great. Thank you, brother. Rule number 1, never buy something if you don't understand it. Okay, if you cannot give me a 10 or 15 second elevator pitch as to why you're buying it, then why are you buying it? Yield curve inversion has historically predicted a recession. Okay, Matt, thank you. But you're not being more specific about what it is. How would I invest $100,000? Well, $1 at a time, I suppose. So let's keep on going. So the 5 rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you do not understand. Simone, how are you today? What are you selling, lad? I'm not selling anything. Oh, wait a second. I got this really nice swampland in here in South Florida. 5 acres, no money down. It can be yours for the wonderful price of $50 a month. I'm not selling anything. Darvin Lee, how are you? Okay, so let me finish up. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. If you don't understand it and you can't give me a good 15-second elevator pitch as to why you're buying it, well, why the hell are you buying it? It just doesn't make sense. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. I like the subbed. I have no idea what the subbed means. Okay, never sell at a loss, rule number 2. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. If you have the desire to look at company records and what do you call those, annual reports and quarterly reports, you want to read through all that stuff, fine, be my guest. Me, I want to cheat. I want to go straight to the dividends. Why? Because the dividends are a portion of the profits that are handed over to the investors. Well, here's the thing. If the company's consistently profitable, well, the dividend's going to increase. That's logical. It just makes sense. Okay, now Joshua, I'm not going to insult you in any way, shape, or form, but I got 5 screens going. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 screens and the one behind me. I can't keep up with all these conversations. I like the sub. I have no idea what you mean by the sub. Seriously, I don't. Salam. Salam to you too, brother. So, what was I saying? Consistently profitable. Okay, so if you want to take a look at all the annual reports, all the quarterly reports, all that stuff. Oh, subscribe. Okay, I got it. I meant I subscribed. Yeah, I got it now. I got a lot going around here, so you gotta bear with me. When you ask me a question or you post something, make sure you give me enough details so I know what it is you're talking about. Bitcoin went to 49. Well, I feel terrible for the people who bought it in the 70s. Can you understand what Dividend King is? Well, hell yes. Everybody knows what Dividend King. MDT. We're going to look at MDT a little bit. Hold on a second. Uh-oh. Hi, I'm sorry to write this. I'm sorry to write this here in your live. My mom is sick, really. Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. Rule 1, never buy something you don't understand. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. Rule 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. I go directly to the dividends, and I make sure the company has at least, for me, 20 years of increased dividends. Well, that means the company's consistently profitable. To me. Okay? Rule number 4, make sure the company has weekly options. Because if I'm looking for a weekly cash flow, well, I need something that's going to pay me weekly. Weekly options. Do that weekly. Weekly options gives me weekly pay. All right? And rule number 5, make sure the numbers work. Now, we'll be getting into that a little bit later, what I mean by the numbers, but what am I buying it for? What am I selling it for? What am I bringing in every week? And it is over 1% a week. That's what I'm looking for. Oh. All right, so Charlie wants to know what a Dividend King is. So someone also wanted to know, how do I pick my stocks? Okay, Charlie, sit tight. Here we go. Now, in order to pick a good stock, whoa, 20 years weekly, what stocks would this be? All right, you weren't paying attention. Okay, pay attention closely. When I say 20 years of increased dividends, that means a company has to be at least 20 years old and consistently increase their dividend payments. Because if they're increasing their dividend payments, well, they've got to be making money. Because a certain portion of the profits goes to the investors in the form of a dividend. Now, we looked last week at this current moment in time, or the last time I checked, there's 9,642 different companies I can choose from on any day. Any day. 9,642. So, how do I find which ones I like? Well, simple. I look at how consistent are they with their dividends and increasing the dividends. Number 1, hopefully you guys got a pen and paper. Pen, paper, crayon, mascara, whiteboard, chalkboard, paint on the ceiling, paint on the walls. Why I can't trade in new coin, James? I have no idea. None whatsoever. Okay. Hey, James, do you use FinViz to filter your stocks? No, I do not. Okay, so here's how I find my stocks. Are you ready for this? Okay, ready? Pencil, paper, something. Would you like to be the department? No, I wouldn't. No. Champions. Yep, I got that too, Rob. Ready, Rob? Here we go. Here we go, Rob. This is going to be for you. List number 1, the Dividend Kings. 54 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. That's 50 years. And there's only 54 companies. All right? Now, the Dividend Aristocrats. 25 years of increased dividends. The 67 Dividend Aristocrats. Dividend Champions. 25 years of increased dividends, but have less rules than the aristocrats do. But there's 150 of them. Okay, next list. The Dividend Contenders. The Dividend Contenders, 10 years to 24 years of increased dividends. And then I always, as a bonus, like to throw in Warren Buffett Stock List 2024. Because, hey, if it's good enough for Warren, it's good enough for me. So, here you go. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and Warren Buffett's list. Right there, you have over 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 2 decades. That's where I get my list from. Now, once I get all those stocks, I take them and I put them into a calendar. Okay? Let's go, whoops, right here. I put them into a calendar. The reason why I put them in the calendar is specifically to tell me when do they pay their dividends. Each one of these little green dots here, okay, represents the EX date or the EX dividend date. Why would you consider dividend contenders when the federal fund rate, oh boy. All right. The dividend contenders, they've increased their dividends to the shareholders for 10 to 24 years. So if they consistently increase their dividends for more than 20 years, well, fine, that works for me. Okay? So I stick them all into the calendar because the calendar is going to tell me when they pay their dividend. How does yield curve inversion, where short-term rates exceed long-term rates, prediction? Yeah, Matt, I don't do that. Sorry. Okay? If you want to be more confusing, Matt, help yourself out. Knock your socks off. Okay? What you're missing, Matt, is that this trading strategy I'm about to show you was created for a 9-year-old. I'm not about to show a 9-year-old yield curve inversion. I'm also not going to tell her about the deltas. I'm not going to tell her about the Black-Scholes pricing methods for options. I'm also not going to tell her about the Vega or the theta decay. All that stuff is all irrelevant to what it is we're doing. What we're doing is picking a good company. That's number 1. Number 2, we're picking a good company and selling a covered call at the right time. That's most important. Because when you take all your stocks and put them into a calendar based on when they pay their dividends, because just before the dividend, the stock price has the tendency to go up. Well, you're going to make your money in several different ways. If you know when a stock is going to move, well, that's awesome, great. But what do you do with that information? Do you buy a stock? Do you buy an option? Do you do a spread? Do you do a covered call? Do you do a naked call, a naked put? What do you do when you find out certain information? Hard for most to understand. Okay, it was created for a 9-year-old. I really don't think it's that difficult. Okay? Okay, what's my favorite holding? Macy's. I bought Energy Transfer wondering if you like the stock. Energy Transfer is kind of wishy-washy for me. We're going to get to that in a second, so hold on a bit. All right? Now, I like Energy Transfer, but not as much as I like some other stocks. So as I was saying, once you get your list of stocks, I put mine into the calendar. It tells me when are they paying their dividend. Well, because if I like General Electric, right here, it's paying a dividend on the 26th. Well, I don't want to buy it anywhere around here. I want to buy it 2 weeks before this date. 2 weeks before on a Monday. And then on a Monday, I want to buy it at the opening price, and then I want to sell someone a covered call at the opening price. Dubbed on sound garbled bad. Garbled bad? I have no idea what that means. Okay? I like it. Okay. Dubbed on sound garbled bad. Sinbad, I have no idea what that means. You got to be a little bit more specific in what you're talking about. All right, because you got a microphone here, I got a microphone here, I got a microphone here, and I usually have one on my lapel, but I'm still getting this studio set up. Okay, so let's get back to where we're talking about. Okay, so once I put them into the calendar, it tells me when I'm going to buy it. What platform do you use? I use Robinhood and I use Thinkorswim, which is through Charles Schwab. Sounds fine to blah blah. Okay, so that being said, let's take a look at some. All right, let's take a look at some stocks. Guys, rattle off a few and we'll take a look at them and see what they look like. SAN, never heard of it. Isn't that terrible? SAN, never heard of it. SAN. Bank Santander. That's funny because I can hear clearly. All right, MDT. We're going to take a look. MDT and, NEP. Wow, what the heck is NEP? NEP, ET, and MDT. There's a lot of T's there. All right, let's take a look at, well, Santander's going to be a no. All right, go this way. Santander's going to be a no because it's a monthly. I don't like monthly stocks. The numbers just don't work. Okay, Michael, SPYI, no. Sorry. All right, MDT, I like MDT. Medtronics, MDT. All right, first thing I always want to look at. All right, first thing I always want to look at any stock is the chart. What do you think about weed stocks? Sorry, they don't have 20 years of increased dividends, dude. Okay, when I say 20 years of increased dividends, well, they got to be at least 20 years old. I don't know a single weed stock that is 20 years old. Can I be a mod? Who are you? Chase, I have no idea who you are. Okay, I don't make moderators unless I know who they are. All right, so let's take a look at MDT. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where we were a year ago. And here's where we are now. Look at that movement. Okay, fine. That's the 1 year chart. What does it tell me? Not a whole heck of a lot. But it does tell me to move on to the next phase. The next phase is where we check out the actual numbers. Now, what do I mean by the numbers? What I mean by the numbers is, what was the last traded price? Let's go back here. What was the last traded price? Oh, for you guys that are new here, okay, for you guys that are new here, this screen here, just the screen, is live on YouTube. So there's two YouTube channels going right now. One with me standing in front of the computer. The other one with me, without me being here, just this. Okay, I think I'm up in the top left corner. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this is live on YouTube. Makes it easier for you to see these tiny little numbers. See these tiny little numbers? Okay, so that being said, let's take a look at the numbers. The numbers I want to look at first is, what was the last trade? 89.47. Well, what's the bid? 88.56. The ask is 89.98. Okay, so if I'm going to buy it first thing tomorrow morning, I'm buying it at 89.98 or 90 bucks. Okay, so the $90 for this week is going for 15 cents. There's only 1 day left. It's kind of worthless. But next week's 90 is going for 56 cents. Sorry. Live visibly restricted. Your live is not eligible for recommendations and restricted in search results because your live does not comply with For You feed eligibility standards under our community guidelines. Reason discussing drugs or other regulated substances. Submit feedback. All right. TikTok should allow content like mine. Of course, I understand the decision, but the restriction is too strict. I just bought 50,000 stocks worth of Merck. Oh, well, I'll have to take a look at it. The decision is fair and restriction is reasonable. My live does not contain content mentioned in the notice. Submit. There we go. All right, live restricted for some audiences. Wow. Because I said weed. Oh, okay. All right, submit feedback. There we go. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reboot. All right. So let's reboot because they're being difficult. because you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to end now. We're going to reboot because apparently they don't like the word WEED. All right, so let's go back and we're going to reboot. Hold on a second. Don't go anywhere. Somebody reported you. Probably. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. So some words you just can't say. So imagine that. Whoever reported was lame. Yeah, I get that. It happens. Some people are sensitive. All right. Sorry. Yeah, black quiet is what it is. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna wait for the audience to get back here. Yep, sorry about that, guys. Apparently somebody is sensitive. So I'm going to do what Eddie Murphy did. I don't know if you guys remember Eddie Murphy from the 1980s. It says, for all of you out there who get offended easy, get the fuck out now. That's it. That's what Eddie Murphy, he came up on live TV, or live, he did a live episode, and he says, for those of you who get offended easy, get the fuck out now. Okay? Trading Places. No, that wasn't Trading Places, that was Eddie Murphy of Raw. That's he's wearing the purple jumpsuit. He came up with some really good shit. Don't say that, they'll report you again. Yeah, probably. Alright, yeah. So apparently, someone's a little sensitive to certain words and they got reported. Here's what it is. So, let's get back to where we were. Did I miss something good? No, Fonz. Apparently somebody reported me for saying something, and apparently people don't like to see people doing good. Probably. Alright, so, back to MDT. Now remember what I said. Give them the right. Yeah, give them the right at the beginning. So MDT doesn't work for next week. Okay, this is what I can buy it for, $89.98. The 90s only going for 50 cents. Yeah, no thank you. Sorry about that, but let's move on to the next one. The next one is NEP. Somebody want to look at NEP. What the heck is NEP? NEP. Nextera Energy. Really? Okay. NEP, Nextera Energy Partner. Okay, here's our... What the heck just happened? My screen disappeared. Why did my screen disappear? That's weird. My October's gone. Alright, anyway, so the high is way up over here, over in the $50 area. Okay, and then she drops down to the bottom in October. There's a big drop over here. You just can't see it for some strange reason. And she's going sideways. Look at that channel right there. Yeah, I gotta mute that one. Alright, Insignia. That's this one. No, not that one. I get too much going on over here. Mute. There we go. That's muted. Alright, that being said, hey Colton, how you doing? So we're taking a look at NEP. Alright. Currently it's at 26.80. The 26.98, so we're looking at the 27s. The 27s go for 40 cents for next week. Great. It looks good. Pfizer. Hey, Honey Badger. Let me put Pfizer down. PFE. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Alright. Finally, the new TV. Yeah, it was sitting on the floor long enough, and I couldn't find a stand for it. So how the hell did I just mount it on the wall and moved everything around? So the bureau with the other TVs is right over there. I'll have to get rid of that one. Anyway, so let's take a good look. So the high is here, back in the September, at 50.80. And that was September 19th, which was exactly a year ago. Now, I had a big drop on the, what was that? On the 27th, 28th, 29th. So by here, right here, here's the bottom right there. And it's cut off again. What the hell is that all about? Is that it? No, that ain't it. That's weird. Alright, there we go. It's still not there. Damn it. One problem to another. MPW, we're going to take a look at that one also. MPW. Alright, so anyway, our bottom's here in October, okay, at 2079. Look at our last 30 days, the 19th right there. Here's our last 30 days. 30 days ago we're here, and it's still missing. Damn it. Okay, from there, sharpens up, drops down. Here's our 30-day bottom right here. 30-day bottom, shoots on up. Look at the big gap up today. So I'm going to say no because of the gap. Okay? Tick-tock Tina Shop. What's happening there? Hey, Doc's here. How's it going there, Doc? Okay, so see the big gap that happened today? Check that out. That big gap right there. So that kind of puts it out of range because more than likely when you have a gap up like this, there's going to be profit taken most likely tomorrow. Most likely. So I'm going to pass on that one. Brian wants to take a look at Advanced Auto Parts. AAP. Alright, so NEP is going to be a no. Sorry about that one. Let's go to nope. VMC. What the heck is VMC? VMC. Vulcan Materials? Yeah, no. I don't know who came up with that one. No. VICI. VICI. I've seen that one before. That's a no also. My goodness. Now we got to Energy Transfer. Here we go. Energy Transfer. Yeah, that's going to be a no for this week. Yeah, Enron, we're looking at Energy Transfer right now. Okay, hold tight. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where it was. Here's where we are right here. Okay, I want to take a quick look at that because look where it is. It's awfully high. ARM. Kimberly, what is ARM? ARM. Alright, take a look at the last 30 days here. There's the 19th. Alright, here we go. Alright, 30 days ago, we're at 1646. That's 30 days ago. Okay, she drops, goes back up, drops again, goes back up, drops again. Now she's going to the upside, but now, today, she's pulling back. So usually what that looks like, here's your bottom here. Okay, she shoots up, it gets high enough to where it starts having profit taken. This could be the sign for profit taking right there. But let's take a look at the other numbers. At 1617, the closest one is going to be the 1650. Hell no. Did you see that one? Enron, do you see this? 1620. If I buy it at 1620, I'm collecting 3 cents. Yeah, no thanks. Energy Transfer is going to be a no. Sorry, Enron. MDT, Medtronics, MDT. Didn't we already look at Medtronics? Here's a high, here's a low. Here's where it was, here's where it is, here's the direction it's going. Currently it's at 89.47. The 90s, okay, 90s 56, yeah, no. Sorry. No to MDT also. MDT's no. Pfizer. Somebody kicked in Pfizer, PFE. Okay, here's our high a year ago. Here's our bottom back in April. Okay, we were at 34. Now we're at 29. Look at the direction it's going. Okay, kind of going to the upside from the bottom over here. Okay, now currently at 29.66. I could buy at 29.70, buy the 29.50s, 46, maybe 20 cents, 26. Nope. The 30s, nope. No. Pfizer don't look good for next week. Some strange reason. Okay, sorry. Ooh, FedEx. Mesh wants to look at FedEx. We're going to look at that in a little bit. FDX. MPW right now. What stocks are on the list then? Can you give an example? Bob, how are you? Can I give you an example of what's on my list? Yeah, you ready? Here we go. Okay, you ready? Nordstrom's, Halliburton's, Newmont, Bank of America, General Motors, Kimberly-Clark, Pepsi, Albemarle, Devon Energy, Macy's, Coca-Cola, T. Rose Price, Waste Management, Best Buy, PHM. What the heck is PHM? Pulte Group. Altria, AIG, MPW, Occidental Petroleum, Seagate, General Electric, MDT, Newmont, blah, 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 blah. There's a whole bunch of them. There's over 300. I'm not going to rattle through all of them. You got to do your own work somewhere, dude. Seriously. All right. FedEx Mesh. We are going to take a look at FedEx, but let's take a look at MPW first. No, on FedEx, they crashed today. Not looking good. Ooh. Whoa. FedEx crashed today? FDX. That's not a crash. That's just a 30-day high. Okay? 30-day high. Yeah, no thanks. Sorry, dude. Valero. Fonz wants to take a look at Valero. VLO. So FedEx, I'm going to look at that one in another 2 weeks. Because look, 30 days ago we're here at 290. She jumps up to almost to 300, drops down to 277. Now she's at 307. Yeah, so in about another 2 weeks, that thing should come back down to a more reasonable number. So I'm going to put FedEx 2 weeks from today. 1, 2. Okay, FedEx. FDX. Now, when I say I'm going to write it down in 2 weeks, well, I got a notebook and I don't trust computers, so I write everything down. All right. So this is what we're looking at for this week. This is for next week. This is 2 weeks, and then we got 3 weeks, so on and so forth. So anytime something looks good, I'm going to write it down in my book, and we'll jump into it later on. How close to the EX dividend date do you usually buy? 2 weeks. 2 weeks on a Monday. Austin, how are you today? Glad to see you there, Mr. Austin. My voice is getting better, so that's a good thing. The number of the stocks are showing better today. Okay, FedEx had bad earnings today. It's at 267. That must be after hours. Linn, L-I-N-N. Never even heard of it, L-I-N-N. Usually, if it's something I've never heard of, it's going to be a no. Okay? FedEx down 12% after hours. Okay, Rob, thanks for that. It's going to be a no. L-I-N-N, no. Sorry. See, look. The computer's having a hard time finding it, and it has no options. It's going to be a no. Ooh, Bailey, Comcast. CMCSA. We'll take a look at that one, so sit tight. Own it, not L. Is that L-I-N-N? Oh, is that I-I-N-N? Oh. I-I-N-N. Well, it has no dividends either. I mean, no options either. That's no. Eli Lilly. I think Eli Lilly's out of my price range. What is it? LLY? Eli Lilly. Yeah, $915. Yeah, that's out of my price range. No, I have no problem whatsoever letting you people know what I can and what I cannot afford. I'm not buying no $900 share stocks. Terribly sorry. But if I was, the bottom's here at 550. The top's here at 950. Look at that big movement. And it's still up here. If you think there's not going to be profit taking, you're crazy. Because going from 550 to 950, that's a $400 increase. $400 increase on a $500 stock, well, that's an 80 to 90% increase. Of course there's going to be profit taking. Leggett and Platt, Honey Badger, L-E-G, Leggett and Platt, L-E-G. All right. So Eli Lilly, even at 915, the 915s are going for $14. Nice. That's almost 1.5%. If you like it. What's that? Kilsa? Kilsa, how are you today? Did you know, Miss Kilsa, that Ribbon has not been around for 20 years? Go, how could they possibly have 20 years of increased dividends? Okay, it's too new of a company to make it to my list. Sorry. All right, so let's continue. Next on the list, MPW. MPW. Now, I do have some MPW, just letting you know. Oh, look at that. She came down again today. High. Look at the high. Two of them. The low. Where was it? Where is it? And where is it currently going? Currently coming to the downside. Wow, this thing's getting warm. The TV over here, that's LED. That's not warm. This one is warm, and I'm standing in front of it. All right, anyway. 577. So we're looking at 584. The 550s are going for 37 cents. That's nice. The 6s are going for 11. So the 6s is over 1%. The 550s, we're taking 34 cents off of that. Yeah, no. So the 550s aren't going to be worth it, but the 6s are. Okay. So if I buy it at 584, sell the 6s, I'm collecting 11 cents, which is almost 2%. Okay, I like 2%. And you can get the difference between the purchase price and the strike price. The purchase price 584, strike price 6. The difference of that is 16 cents. Now, I know 16 cents doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you're going 16 cents per share, and you get 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 shares, it adds up quick. How do I make $10,000 in one day? Nick, that's easy. You want to make $10,000 in one day? Start out with 100 grand. There you go. Okay, Hormel Honey Badger. HRL. You're definitely in the wrong place if that's what you're looking for. Okay, 101 Music. We already did MDT. It was a no for today. Okay. Somebody once said, how do you make $1 million in the stock market? Well, you start out with $1 billion. All right. Next on the list. Oh, MPW. Yeah, so we finished up with MPW. Okay, the bottom of the year is 291 Cargill. 291, and the top is 655. The last 30 days. Here we go. Take a look at the last 30 days and tell me if you think this is right. 30 days ago, we're at 445. The bottom is down here at 3 and change. The high, 660. All right. So we have gap down on Wednesday, and then today is down even further. We're at 577. Good morning. DF. What the heck is DFN? How are you, my friend? I am fine. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Ribbons and no. Leggett and Platt. Let's take a look at Leggett and Platt. Sorry, dude. Leggett and Platt's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Hormel, HRL. Dividend King Extraordinaire. Okay, Dividend King, Hormel. Man, that's going to aggravate me. Why the hell is that doing that? No, not that. There we go. Does that work? Yeah, it did. That worked. So let's bring it over here just a little bit. Right there. Nope. Got to go a little bit further. Huh, that didn't. That was the wrong button. Up just a little bit more. There we go. Now we see it. All right. All right. Well, that works. That's going to aggravate me. All right. That's just going to have to do. All right. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. Leggett and Platt's a no. Ribbons a no. Hormel. Let's take a look at Hormel. Okay. Here's our high. Whoops. Can't see me. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was at 39. Here's where it is now at 32. The direction's going right up here. Okay, at 32.28, the 32.50 is going to be the closest. That's not going to work at all. 32.28. Take 28 off of that. Yeah, no, sorry. Hormel's not going to work either. True, DFN. DFN. I've never even heard of DFN. What the heck is DFN? DFN. Davis Select Financial? Are you kidding me? Really? Can't find that symbol. Sorry. MDT's a no. Nick, how do I make 10,000? I already told you that one. Lift, LIFT. Yeah, they have not been around for 20 years, dude. Sorry. Cargill. There is no stock symbol. What's the stock symbol for Cargill? Andrea! Advanced Auto Parts, cool bean. Did you hang your new TV? Yeah, I did. Anyway, Reddit. Reddit hasn't been along that long. Reddit doesn't have 20 years of increased dividends either. It's going to be a no. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thanks, Nick. Andrea, Advanced Auto Parts, AAP. AAP. All right, here we go. Advanced Auto Parts. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. This is the direction it's going. Look at this. We had a big drop here. Okay, hits the bottom here. Now she's bouncing off, going to the upside. Now, I'm saying this over and over and over again. You're going to make most of your money, okay, buying low and selling high. Okay, I don't like to hold on to anything. I buy something, I catch the quick little profit. I'm only looking for 1% a week. Catch that quick little profit, then I move on to another one. Okay, Jairus, don't forget to spread grace constantly. Well, peace be with you, my brother. 101 Music, Spectrum Charter. Never heard of it, and you actually got to give me a ticker symbol. But I've never heard of the company. It's going to be a no. How do you get to know which stocks to buy and invest on, sir? ICE, how are you doing this evening? ICE, rule number 1. Never buy something you do not understand or you do not know. Okay, quick question. Do you know who Home Depot is? Lowe's, General Electric, Macy's, Nordstrom's, Kohl's, Capital One, Bank of America, Walgreens, Walmart. There's hundreds of, there's actually 9,642 companies. You have to know some of them. ExxonMobil, Phillips 66, Occidental Petroleum. There's so many of them. Free! Yeah. Okay, anyway. I heard there's some real good money. Wow. You go live and you get a lot of interesting people coming on. Anyway, so let's finish up with Advanced Auto Parts. Okay, so Advanced Auto Parts is currently at 42.43. The closest one is going to be 42.50. And that's going for 108. I love 108. 108 on a $42 stock, well, that's over 2%. Okay? I love over 2%. So let's take a quick look. A year ago, I got to plug my computer in. I just got the notice that she's running low on juice. That's not a good thing. All right, so here we go. I got so many freaking wires around here. I need to get me someone who understands this stuff. Here we go. What was that? Okay. Why is that dim? That shouldn't be dim. No, it's dimmer. Okay, now she's charging. All right. Because 101 Music Spectrum Charter, you really got to give me the ticker. You really got to give me the ticker symbol. Okay, I've never heard of Spectrum Charter. I can't look it up by putting the name. Okay, I actually need it. ONIT. I would say so too on it. Okay, I'm not quite sure. How do you get to know which stocks to invest in? Yeah, I just told you that. Something you know. Okay. Where was it? Custom Charter. Don't forget Spread Joy. Yep. CL Colgate Palmolive. Ooh, let's take a look at that one. CL Colgate Palmolive. All right. I got a little bit of issue with this. Take a look at this chart. Okay, here's the bottom over here last October. Look at that run up. Right? Here's the high right there, 110. Look at all of that real estate. Yeah, that baby's going to come down. So it started to come down already. So let's zoom into that and take a look at that. Okay? Take a look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? Okay, a month ago we're down here at 101, shoots up to 109. Now she pulls back to 102. This is something I like to keep my eye on because once you get your profit taking done and over with, look, here's the high, Profit taking. As soon as it ends, that thing's going to turn around and go back up again. So I want to take a look at this thing first thing next week. So I'm writing it down for it's already on the list for next week. It's already on the list for next week. Okay, so that's going to find its bottom any day now. It could be tomorrow. It could be Monday. It could be Tuesday. I like Colgate-Palmolive. This is one of those companies that's been around for over 100 years. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers. 102. You could buy it at 103, but 103 is going 55 cents. Damn it, that's not worth it. The number just ain't there. All right, DFN is a Canadian stock. Okay, isn't Cargill profit? I don't know. Private, I mean, NUE, Honey Badger, Nucor, NUE. Are you going off of a list that I've actually supplied to you? Because these are all the stocks on my list. Okay, all the dividend kings. NUE. Here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was, here's where it is, here's the direction it's going. It's at 149 now, the 149.30s. So we'll be looking at the 130s. No, that ain't good. Wait a minute, this month, next week, 255. Nice. I do the 149s or even the 148s. 148s would be a safer bet. But the 149s is almost 2%. 149, 149, that's almost 3. This is 255. It's over 1.5%. Even the 150s are giving you over 1%. Okay, nice. Let's take a look at the chart. A year ago, we're at 155. Well. Settings, there we go. Thank you. Now I can freaking see it better. Freaking thing. Anyway, NUE. A year ago we were at 155. We got a double top at 203. That was back in the beginning of April. From there, she just drops and drops and drops. Actually, she stair steps. This is what we call stair stepping down. Okay, down, up, down, up, down, up. So look where we are. Here's the bottom here. She's bouncing off that bottom, going to the upside. Let's look at the last 30 days. I love the last 30 days specifically. But look where this one is. 30 days ago, 146. We jumped up for 152, dropped down to 134. That was a big drop. So now she's going back up again. She went up, pulled back, now she's going up. Okay, I'm not 100% comfortable with how close it is to the high. Look how close it is. Got 152 is the high, and right now it's at 149. Okay? But at 149, it's paying 255, which is a nice premium. Clissa, you like that one? All right. Bailey wants to take a look at Comcast. All right, Clissa, RDDT, I'm assuming that's Reddit. Reddit hasn't been around long enough. Okay, sorry. Reddit's going to be a no. Oh, Andrea, Kohl's went down today. Mac, I've made a lot of money just buying index funds and then holding them for long term. Well, Mac, that's awesome for you. Okay, unfortunately, Mac, I'm not in your situation. Now, I know that because if you can live off the interest from buying just an index fund, well, you get a whole shitload more money than I do. Okay, I make a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That's 50% a year. So imagine that. 50% a year returns is paying my bills. So how much money do you think I have? Sure shit, not as much as you do. If you can live off of just the interest from an index fund, good for you. Okay, you really don't need to be here. And if you have not something nice to say, don't say anything at all. All right. Bailey, let's take a look at Comcast. CMCSA. All right, now I love Comcast. Company has 64 million customers paying them every single month. Well, that's cool, as long as they keep up with technology and they keep all their lines fresh. Okay, that being said, go this way. A year ago, here we are, 46. Our high is 47. Our bottom is 36.5. And look at this channel for the last couple of months. From April, from April to now, look at that channel. That's awesome. Okay, I wish I had seen that earlier. I just noticed it. All right, that being said, take a look at the last 30 days for Comcast. Here you go. Look at it. It's channeling still. Okay? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yep, this is going to be a no for this week. Reason why it's going to be a no? Look at the gapped up for one, and two, look at the high, 41. Yep, there's going to be profit taking on that one. Sorry. Even though, look at the 40-50s. If you like Comcast, I could buy it at 40.26, sell the 40-50, get over 1%, and then get an additional difference between the 40.26 and the 40.50, which is an additional, what is that, 14? No, 24? Yeah, additional 24 cents a share. Well, that works for me. Okay. Andrea wants to take a look at Kohl's. Kilsa, Reddit, RDDT. Yeah, Reddit. No, sorry, Reddit's not even profitable. Okay. Kohl's. Now, she mentioned Kohl's dropped. Well, awesome. Kohl's dropped. I sold the 1950s. I'm glad it dropped. Anyway, Kohl's, here we go. Keep going the wrong way. A year ago, we're at 22. We got our bottom down here at 18, top at 29.5, and then we're all the way down to 1862 at the moment. For the last 2 months, we've just been going sideways, playing with it back and forth. All right, so here we go. So 30 days ago, take a look at that. 30 days ago, we're at 2040. Okay, drops down to 1880, shoots up to 21, drops back down to 19, shoots up to 21, drops down to 1830, shoots back up to 2020. Now we're sitting at 1862. 1862 is the last traded price. 1869 to 1850s, 57 cents. That's well over 1%. Well over 1%. Even the 19s are over 1%, and the 1950s are over 1%. Okay, so if you buy any one of if you sell any one of those, well, you're making you 1%. Remember, we're looking for a good quality company that's buying it just before the dividend and then selling a covered call. A covered call is one of the safest trading strategies there is. You buy the stock, you sell somebody the right to buy it from you at a certain price by a certain date. The certain date I like to do is the weeklies every week. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of stocks that are a whole bunch of options that are expiring tomorrow. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock, I'll jump on with my live group. Because I do have a live group that we do trade, and you get to watch over my shoulder, and you get to do the trades that I do. And we do that at 3 o'clock on a Friday because the market closes at 4, and we want to make sure everybody's in a profit before we close out the week. All right. So that being said, see, I'm into close at 23.23 right down here. Here's my position. 23.23, which is not even on this chart. But I sold the 1950s. See, I sold the 1950s, so I'm kind of happy it dropped. Next week, I won't, because next week this thing's going to turn around and go back up again. Alrighty, Mac, you made a lot of money doing that. Good for you. VLO, we already did. I'm missing all these. Wow, I missed a lot of questions. There we go. Calissa, you want to take a look at Apple? I like Apple. I actually bought Apple this week. I did. AAPL. Alrighty. Now, Apple looks a little tough, but here we go. You ready? Apple. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here we were at 170. We bottomed out at 165. Topped out at 237. Currently sitting at 228. So at 228 at this moment in time, look where she's going. She's jumping up, but not quite close to the highs. All right, so at 228.50, the closest one is going to be the 230, which is paying 288, which is over 1%, if you like Apple at that price. So let's take a look at the chart. All right, a year ago, 177. We bottomed out at the end of April at 164.24. Well, here's our high right here. Our high of the year is 237.23. Okay. From there, she drops down. Here's the bottom at 196. The last 30 days. Now take a look at the last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at 226. Okay, we run up to 233, and then we drop down to 218, bounce back up, gap down to 214, one gap up, two gaps up. We're sitting at 228. More than likely, with two gaps up this week, more than likely we're going to have some profit taken tomorrow, or she'll keep going up. Okay, I'm not looking forward to going up. But here's the thing. With Apple, let's take a look at the seasonality chart. Now, for those of you that are new here and don't know what a seasonality chart is, well, let me enlighten you. Let's move this over. Okay. All the way to the far left is January 1st. All the way to the far right is December 31st. This is one whole year that we're looking at. The blue line represents the movement for this year. Okay? This blue dot right here, well, that's today. The red line down here is 10 years worth of data. That's 2014, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 10 years of data, and that's the average movement. Look at it from January 1st to December 31st. That's a nice upward movement from the beginning to the end of the year. Well, 10 years in a row. That's 10 years worth of data. So this is the area I want to look at right here. The end of September, beginning of October. So I take my little cursor, put it on the little blue dot, click left, drag right, and here we go. The next 2 weeks. Basically, you're just going to go straight and flat. That's about it. No big ups, no big downs. That's perfect for covered calls and spreads. Not so much for those people who want capital appreciation. But if you're looking for capital appreciation, you're definitely in the wrong place. All right. It happens that I have them on MU list 2. Okay. I'm assuming you meant my list 2. That's cool. Redneck left a rose. Thank you for the roses there, Redneck. Colgate Palmolive 102 next week is 1%. Okay, take a quick look because we did Colgate Palmolive already. I'm not quite sure what we're looking at. Okay, so we did take a look at this. Now you can buy it. Who's that? Brian. Okay, Brian. Yeah, the 102 is at 2%. But here's the thing. Wait a minute. Is it really the 102? No, the 102 is not 2%, dude. Take a look at the numbers again. Okay. Currently 102 for next week. Here's the 102 right here. It's only going for $1. That's only 1%. Okay, between $1 and $1.15. That's only 1%. But the ask is 103. Okay, so the 103 is going for 55 cents. Brian, all right, you see that? Those numbers aren't quite right that you're talking about. Okay, see the 102 is going for $1. And the 103 is going for 55 cents. The current price right now is 103. So the numbers for Colgate Palmolive don't work for me. Harris Butterfly Network. I have no idea what that means. Inspire me more. How are you doing this evening? All right, we already looked at VLO. We already looked at Apple. Felix, you want to look at QCOM? Cool beans. Let's take a look at QCOM. LB, I can't outtrade you. I have no desire to outtrade anyone. I don't. Seriously, I don't. I want to sit, hey, Lucky Larry's here. LB, I don't want to outtrade anyone. I want to jump in first thing in the morning, make my few trades, and be done with it. 10, 15 minutes, max. I'm done, over. I make my 1%, I'm happy. I'm not greedy anymore. I've passed that point in my life. The point I'm at in my life now is I want to just enjoy my peace and quiet. I sit around, do a lot of nothing, and I enjoy doing nothing. Okay? So Felix, let's take a look at QCOM. QCOM, here we go. All right, QCOM, here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. A year ago, we're at 110. We jump up to 230. From 110 to 230, that's over 100%. Okay? You're trolling, go troll with someone else. Okay? I'm a nice guy. I try to help people out, and I don't need people like you giving me a hard time. Okay? A day trader? Yeah, no thanks. No. I'm on for 15, 20 minutes every day. That's it. I go in, I check my positions. There you go. Monday, I'm on for a little bit longer, and Friday, I'm on a little bit longer, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 5, 10 minutes. Don't need to do very much of anything. All depends on how you want to spend your time. Felix, take a look. 110, she doubles within a year. Okay? She doubles in a year, then she pulls back to 150, and now she's at 173.92. Great. Well, 173.92, we're looking at 174s as a purchase price. The 175s are going for 320. Well, I like that number. That's a nice number. Let's take a look. All right, a year ago, 110, we bottomed out at 104. LB, my best position I've ever done. Hold up. Okay, cool. All right, so from there, we go all the way to the high of the year, and that was 230. So from 230, she drops all the way down to, what is this? 151. Shoots on up, pulls back. Here's where we are now. Let's zoom into the last 30 days. Okay, unfortunately, Felix, that good for next week. That's with my wife. I'm on top. Oh my goodness. Here we are. 173. Went sideways for 2 weeks. Drops down to the bottom. 157. Shoots up. We're sitting at 173. Hit a high at 177. Yep. The numbers here giving you 2%, but it's at the high. Do you really want to buy it at the high of the year? I don't. So I say no to that one. I will put it down for 2 weeks, QCOM, 2 weeks, QCOM, 2 weeks, QCOM for 2 weeks. All right. Tom Powell, how you doing? Inspire me more. If you sell a stock after the record date, but before the payout date, you still get a dividend. Yes, you do. Okay, you only have to own the stock, the EX date, and the date of record. It just happens to be this year, the same date. Let's go back here for a second. Now that you're bringing that up, well, let's talk about that little topic. There's 4 dates. 4 dates to remember when you're talking about a dividend stock. Date number 1 is the announcement date. Hey there, hi there, hello there, everyone. This is so-and-so from company, blah, blah, blah. We're having a dividend on this date. The announcement date, that's date number 1. Date number 2 is the EX dividend date. That is the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. Hey, Rob wants to take a look at Nelly. N-L-Y. Annalie. Yep, we'll take a look at that one. Hold on a second. Date number 2, the EX dividend date. The last day the stock trades before they pay their dividend. Okay? Date number 3 is the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Yeah, LB, NLY, that's Allie, or Annalie, something like that. Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Date number 4, self-explanatory. It's the payment date, the date you actually get your money. All right. That being said, let's move on to the next one. 4 dates, see? Right here. The symbol, the dividend amount, the announcement date, EX dividend date, date of record, and payment date. Okay, it's all right there. Tom Powell wants to take a look at Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Exxon Mobil working great this week for you. Well, cool, awesome. From what I understand, you're doing rather well with this strategy. All right, so let's take a look at those 3. Why not? How can I gain access to your Discord? Well, Ivan, you actually have to be. Actually, you are a member, aren't you? Ivan, you're a member of on the Patreon. Yeah, well, you're a member on the Patreon. You should have access to the Discord. I tell you what, send me a message, an EM from Patreon, and I will get you the access to the Discord. Okay, whoever is on the Discord here, don't post it on here, because the Discord is specifically for members only. Okay, I have to go in once a week, once every 2 weeks, and kick out those who don't belong there. Okay, so Wells Fargo. WFC, Wells Fargo, here we go. Okay, here's our high, here's our low, here's where we were, here's where we are. Look at that nice move right here. You can't really see it here, but wait till we zoom on. Okay, wait till we zoom into that and take a look at it. That looks nice. But here's the thing. Wells Fargo is at 55.86. So the 56s are going for 70 cents. Well, that's over 1%. All right? That's 1%. That's what we're looking for. A good, solid company. Wells Fargo's been around for over 100 years. Okay? I'm pretty sure that I think they're Dividend King or Dividend Aristocrat. They're one of them. But they have been around for quite a while. All right? And they're one of my favorites on my list. And you can see the numbers. They work out pretty good. So a year ago, we're at 43. Right? The bottomed out at 38.11, and we topped out at 62.44. Well, look at the last 30 days. There you go. Last 30 days. And this is a good, nice position here, Tom Powell. I'm glad you picked this one up. Take a look. 56, shoots up to 59, drops down. Okay, here's your 30-day high. Here's your 30-day bottom. Now she's bouncing off the bottom. Okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom, bouncing to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to the upside. We're currently sitting at 55.80. I'm glad you're doing good on that one. That's a nice one. Hunter, I have no idea what that means. Bank of America, BAC. Next. Okay. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Currently at 40.87, 40.85. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay, Tom Powell. What I mean by it's not good. The last trade, 40.87. The bid, 40.75. The ask, 40.85. Market maker's going to push that thing down tomorrow. Usually, that's what it usually means. Is it guaranteed? No, but that's what it usually means. Okay, last 30 days. Oh, there's our high right there, 44.62. Okay, doesn't have much more to go. Okay, yeah, this is definitely bail on this one this week. Here's your 30 days ago, 39.50. She shoots up to, was that almost 41, just shy of 41. And it comes down from 41 to 38, shoots back up to over 41. Okay, yeah, bail on this one. Just my humble opinion. Okay, next one, ExxonMobil. XOM. ExxonMobil. All right. So ExxonMobil. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at it, it was at 118 last year, now it's at 116. Okay, we bottomed out at 96, topped out at 124, came back down to 108, shot up to 120, back to 108, now we're at 116. So, let's take a look at those. Last 30 days. Last 30 days, look at that. Up, down, up. She should have a little bit more movement to the upside, but there's a possibility where she could turn around. Because you already missed the move. Here's the move right here. Monday. Monday was the day to jump in. 30-day high, 30-day bottom, 2 days to the upside. Monday was a good day to jump in, and she kept on going. That's what we're looking for. 30-day top, 30-day bottom, 2 days to the upside. Then you jump in, look for your 1%. You're in, you're out, on to the next one. Tom Powell, good for you. ENB. ENB. What the heck is that? Enbridge. Yeah, no. FUTU. FUTU. FUTU Holdings. Why does that sound like something that just not what I'm looking for? FUTU. Can we read this okay? There are no dividends at this time. That means FUTU is a no. 86, FUTU doesn't pay dividends. It won't fit in the strategy. Thanks. Kelsa, dividend stock. Alibaba. No. Alibaba's not there either. Okay. BABA. All right, Calissa. Alibaba. See, Alibaba. Only 2 dividends. That's it. I like 20 years of dividends, not 2. Thanks. Maybe it's nice. I get an extra 1% on my Macy's positions then. Yeah, me too. Oh yeah, cool. I want to become a member. What is Patreon? Oh, Patreon. Huh. That's a membership site. Okay, I send out a Zoom link every morning. Okay, and we meet via a Zoom link. For the first 10 to 15 minutes, I do all the trades on my accounts. You actually get to see exactly what I am trading. So if you want to do the same trade like Macy's, I actually have some Macy's. Okay, I go through everything on Macy's. Okay, the highs, the lows, where it was, where it is, what are we making on it. Now, I have traded Macy's for, as a matter of fact, let's take a gander at Macy's. All right, now, for those of you who know and those of you that are new here, my website right here, the10minutetrader.com. Here's all my social media. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast, LinkedIn, Patreon, and books by James. Yep, James has written 14 books. You can buy them on Amazon. Eventually, I will put them on my own website so you can get them right on my own website. That way, I get the money and Amazon doesn't. Anyway, that being said, right underneath this are all my trades that I made this year. Every single trade that I made. Now, I have 6 different accounts. I share 3 of them with you guys. Every single one of my trades for this year are up here. So you go all the way back to week number 1. There you go. Here's my trades for week number 1. Macy's, General Motors, Ford, CVS. Now, we're looking at Macy's for a second, so let's take a look. Week number 1, Macy's. Week number 2, Macy's. Week number 3, Macy's. Okay, Macy's right there. Week number 4, Macy's. Week number 5, right, see right here? Macy's. Week number 6, Macy's. Week number 7, Macy's. Week number 8, Macy's. Week number 9, Macy's. Macy's. Oh, look at this. Week number 11, no Macy's. Okay, it doesn't work every time, but most of the time, I trade Macy's almost every single week. So, Calissa, if you really want to join, DM me with your phone number. I'll give you a buzz. We can chat and see if this is right for you. It's not right for everyone. It's slow. It's boring. It's methodical. It's monotonous. Did I say boring already? Yeah, it is boring. Because we're doing the exact same things over and over and over again. I'm looking at the exact same stocks over and over and over again. 86. I didn't mention ENB, but ENB has monthly options on it, and it will be a no. That's a no. Bought and sold calls on Monday. I don't buy calls. Okay, you know that. Calissa, you can access his website through his profile. Thanks, 86. I just saw that. Thank you. Alrighty. At Calissa Shops, 186. Why does monthly options automatically classify as a no? Big brain. Ooh. Oh, I love that question. I've been waiting for that all day. Are you ready? This is why monthlies are a no. Are you ready? Let's go to everyone's favorite monthly. O. Realty. Everybody loves O. And I always say at least 3 or 4 times a week, no to O. But let's take a look. And we're going to take a deep dive into O to find out why I don't like it. and why I don't like monthlies. Okay, as always, first thing we always want to look at, the high, the low, where was it, where is it, what direction is it going? Okay, great. It looks normal like any other stock. But here's the thing. Currently, here's the last 30 days right here. Okay, now I want you to pay attention to the numbers because it's very important. The last 30 days. So that is 4, 5, which is 9. Another 4 is 13. 5 is 18. And then 5 more is 23. So what you're looking at right here is 23 days. Now the reason why I say it's 23 days, because that's a whole month. All right? Now, why don't I like monthlies? Well, at this moment in time, it's at $60.70. Now, we can't take a look at this one here because it's expiring in 1 day, so that one doesn't count. Get rid of that one. The very next one, right here. Let's see if we buy it and then we sell it and see what the numbers look like. Because remember I told you, rule number 5, make sure the numbers work. What are the numbers? Well, what was the last trade? What can I buy it for? What's the closest strike price, and what can I get for the strike price? Great, well, let's take a look. Price right now is $60.79. The closest one is going to be the 61. It doesn't have a 61, so we're going to look at the 60. Okay? But if I buy it at $61.79 and I sell the 60s, well, I'm losing 79 cents right off the top. Okay, so if I take 79 cents off the top of 145, let's break up my calculator for those you can't add in your heads. All right, we got $1.45. Now, if I buy it at $60.79, okay, $60.79, and I sell it for $60, I'm losing 79 cents. But my profit is $1.45. Well, great. Let's subtract the 79 cents off of this $1.45. Okay, what am I walking away with? I'm walking away with 66 cents per share. Okay, that's per share. All right, so what is it costing me? Well, it's costing me $60.79, but we've already subtracted the 79, so we're going to cut that out of the equation. So to find out what my profit is, I have to divide it by the strike price, which is the 60. Okay, so I'm dividing it by the $60, and that gives me a grand total of 1.1%. Well, you might be saying, well, that's what we're looking for, 1% per week. This one is 1% per month. So what is 1% per month? Well, that's 12% a year. That's not as good as 50% a year, because 1% a week is over 52% a year. Compounded, it's 62% a year. But I spend all my interest, so it's 1% a week for me, and it's 50% a year. Okay? So 12% a year doing monthlies. But that's not the worst part. Here comes the worst part. Are you ready? Now, if I buy it at $60.79, I sell the 60s, and it's going to expire on October 18th, 29 days. So 29 days until expiration. That's why I told you to keep track of how many days there are. How many days a year? About 29. All right? So we're here now. Where's it going to be in 29 days? Look at what it did here. It went up, it pulled back. 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 Now, you give me your best guess where you think it's going to be in 29 days. And only getting 1.1% per month. I've never yet seen a single monthly option that pays 50% a year, which would have to be 4 or 5% premium. There are no 4 or 5% premiums anywhere on a monthly. So monthlies, the numbers just don't work. Now, big brain, another reason why I don't like monthlies, okay, besides the numbers not working, and just besides not knowing where it's going to be in 29 days, because it could be anywhere. All right? What was my next reason? Don't get a hold. You forget things easily. I forget. Oh, this is another reason why I don't like O. Are you ready? Here we go. O Realty. Now, we're looking at the dividends, right? So, let's look at the dividends. Let's go back as far back as they'll go. All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Look at this, all to the 90s. Holy cow. All right, let's just start at the 90s. Okay, so 96, we're at 7 cents. Then we jump to 8 cents. Take a look at the 8 cents. In 97, it's at 8 cents, right? 98, 8 cents. 99, 8 cents. And in 2000, it jumps to 9 cents. Okay, 2001, 9 cents. 2002, 9 cents. 2003, 9 cents for the first half of the year, then jumped up to 10 cents. That's not increasing every single year. That's increasing every 2 years. Okay, then to 10, then to 11. Look at it, 11 for over 2 years, 12, 13, 14, 14. Look at that. How long was it at 14? Okay, 14, 208, 2008, 14. 2009, 14. 2010, 14. 2011, 14. 2012, 14. Yeah, there's no increase there whatsoever. But wait, it gets worse. Let's go on over to summary. Okay, you put your money to O Realty. What are you getting for the year? 5.12%. Now, I'm showing you how to get a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, if I didn't go to college, but I do know that 1% a week is more than 50% per year. Okay, basic 3rd grade elementary math. 52 weeks in a year, 1% a week, well, that's 52% a year. Okay, O Realty is paying 5.21% per year. Explain to me how 5% is better than 50%. Yeah, you buy it once and you never have to do it again, but I don't mind. Me, personally, I don't mind 5 or 10 minutes a day because I've been doing it for 20 years. You know, every morning I get up and I look at my stocks. Okay, fine, great. What am I doing? What am I selling? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's just another opportunity for me to make a consistent, predictable amount, and that's what I'm looking for. All right, Calista, we already looked at Alibaba. It's a no. Bank of America, we already looked at that one. Wait a minute, didn't we say no to Bank of America because of where it jumped up to? BAC. Yeah, we already said Bank of America. Well, my position. Now, I don't give advice. I'm just telling you my position. If I bought Bank of America, just look at the numbers. Here's your high. Here's your bottom right there. Okay, that was last week. You got your bottom. You got 3 days to the upside. Okay, and then you jump in, and then she shoots on up. Okay, the time to get into Bank of America was Monday. The 30-day bottom was last Wednesday. Thursday was higher, Friday was higher, so Monday's the time to jump in. I love a 30-day bottom coming off of a 30-day top. 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Where do you think it's going next? Okay. Haas and Pfeffer, 12 months a year versus 52. Yep, I'm agreeing with 100%. Tom Powell, Exxon. We already looked at Exxon Mobil. What am I missing? There we go. What about Blue Star Airlines? Not 20 years of dividends. Sorry. Calista, Cool Beans. Enron, any good? Yeah, everyone loves Enron. What's the difference in the red and green colors on your trades, win losses? Oh, that's an interesting question. Red and green. What about Anaconda Steel? Sorry, Rob, never heard of it. I've heard of U.S. Steel. They've been around for over 100 years. Anaconda Steel, never heard of them. Okay, who asked me this question? Techno Nerd. All right, the green is buying. The red is selling. That's it. Plain and simple. Selling a covered call. Okay. Selling the call right there, and this is the covered call where I buy the stock and sell the option. See, I bought Albemarle right here at 123. I sold the 120s for $5. Well, that's 125. That's a nice little profit. What are you buying? I'm buying shares. Okay. Paramount, I bought it at $11.10. I sold the $11 call for 33 cents. So the red are the sell and green is the buy. Okay, so to answer your question about the win-loss, yeah, in this particular account, I got 3 losses for this year. Bitcoin, no, sorry. No Bitcoin, no cryptocurrency. I know it's a damper on everybody's parade, but no, I don't do cryptocurrency. All right, making money is not boring. Yeah, Rich, as I recall, Rich, you haven't been here that long. I have 345,000. Woohoo! Good for you. AEE. What the heck is AEE? Yeah, that's a no. That's a no. Okay, monthly options. I just spent 20 minutes explaining to you why I don't like monthly options. So I do long term. Good for you. I don't like long term. Longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. I have no desire whatsoever to get married again, especially to a stock. Because what do stocks do? Take a look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, blah, blah, blah. That's all they do. Yeah, it's true. So let me ask you a question. Gain and maintain energy. Let me ask you a question. Do you consistently get 50% or more every single year by buying and holding? I've never met anybody who consistently got 50% every single year buying and holding. So it's a no. Okay, John, ARM is also another top pick. Well, let's take a look at ARM. ARM holding ADP. Now, well, wouldn't you like to get 50% per year? I know I would. I actually do, and I've actually gotten 50%. Mama said, knock you out. Hey, how you doing? Over here on Instagram. So, consistently, for the past 15 years, I make over 50% per year. Okay, now don't think I get shitloads of money, because no, I don't. I have just enough to get by. Hookah. Oh, Nike. Ooh, Mama said knock you out, wants to take a look at Nike. We'll take a look at that in a minute, but right now, we're taking a look at ARM. Now, ARM is not on my list, and there's a reason why it's not on my list. So let's take a look at how well ARM is paying its dividends. ARM Holdings. Oh, look at that. They have no dividends at all. So I'm not quite sure why you think ARM is a good deal if it has no dividends at all. Bob, so you're an options trader. I'm confused. No, I buy good quality dividend stocks, and then I sell a covered call against them. I do not buy options. I sell them. 80% of all options expire worthless. So I want to be on the selling side, not the buying side. Okay, you got it? Okay, so John, why would you say this company is a good company if it has no dividends? Okay, the channel that you're on, the audience in which you're participating in, dividend investing for weekly cash flow. It has no dividends. Why are we looking at it? Viking Therapeutics. You got to give me the ticker symbol because I've never heard of them, and more than likely it's going to be a no. John Flora, dividends 20 years. Yep, thank you. Thanks, 86. John Flora. Oh, I know. It will what? Where are we? It will just be a no. See, some of you guys have been here long enough, you already know. All right? If it doesn't have dividends, it's going to be a no. If it has monthly options, it's going to be a no. Okay, there's over 300. I can't see why you guys don't understand. There's over 300 companies that have weekly options and consistently increase their dividends for more than 20 consecutive years. So why can't you just figure those ones out? It's really not that difficult. I mean, download the list. It's free to download. Okay, well, let's check this out for a second. Hold on. Let's go to Google, because we all love Google. First thing I want to put in here, look at that. It already pops up automatically. Dividend Kings List 2024. Dividend Aristocrats List 2024. Dividend Champions List 2024. Well, after that, it's going to be the Dividend Contenders List 2024 and Warren Buffett's List 2024. Bitto paying 122. Yeah, I did Bitto earlier. Things sank. I lost money with that. We were playing with a calendar spread. Didn't work. Okay, so let's jump in and take a gander at, what was that one? What was that one? Nike. NKE. Nike. Okay, so Nike, here we go. Over to this side. High, low, where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? I love this big, huge gap. When this baby dropped here, well, of course I bought some. Well, it's Nike. Number one, that was just before the Olympics. Okay, sure I bought some. Any good company, if it drops like that, yeah. Mama said knock you out. Cisco? Really? You want to take a look at Cisco? That's Cisco, because there's two Ciscos, CSCO and SYY. SYY is a monthly, that's going to be a no. Sorry. But CSCO is going to be a yes. All right, so we're looking at Nike. $80.98 is the current price right now. So we'd be looking at, oh, so it must have went up after hours. Because that's not giving me an accurate read. So I'm not going to be able to go through this one because the numbers are all different, all messed up. The last trade was $80.98. So hypothetically speaking, we'd be looking at the 81s. And the 81s aren't on here. So, sorry about that. All right, let's find another one. Share. New CEO at Nike. Well, that's probably a good reason. All right, let's go. We got some more questions. Wildcat Sam, how you doing? Opened my first account today. Where is a good place to start? Dexter's dad. How are you doing? Hey, check it out. Mom said knock you out. Wants to take a look at Siri. We'll take a look at Siri in a little bit. Let's go through some of these questions first. I don't think I've seen you look to execute sells, only buy the stock in covered calls. Well, that is selling. Okay, Techno Nerd. When I buy a stock, let's say Nike, for instance, if I buy it at the current price, $87.10, the 87 is going for 5 cents. What the hell, no? No, the numbers just don't look right. Let's find one where the numbers do look right. Let's take a look at Siri. S-I-R-I. Siri. Here we go. Siri. 24.18. Well, let's take a look. Here's our high. Here's our low. Here's where we were. Here's where we are. Here's the current direction it's going. Look at it. It's bouncing off that bottom right there. I love it when it bounces off the bottom, goes to the upside. Great. Well, currently, 24.18. The 24. I want to go. Yep. The 24.50s are going for 51 cents. That's 2%. I'm writing Siri down for next week. I'm going to do Siri. I'm going to write it down, Siri, and then I circle it because that tells me which one I'm buying next week. All right, so let's do a quick trade just to show you how it's done. You ready? Mama said knock you out. You ready for this? I'm going to show you how to quickly do a trade on Think or Swim. Okay, it might be different in Robinhood. It might be different. What's the ticker symbol again? SIRI. Okay? So, Techno Nerd, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Okay, here we go. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Oh, wait. All right. A year ago, we're at 41. Topped out at 57.56. Here's our bottom. Right there, the last 30 days. Ooh, look at this. This is an invitation and a half. Now, this is not a recommendation. Make sure you guys know this is not a recommendation. But take a look. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Here's our 30-day high. Wait here, 36. Here's our 30-day bottom. Okay? Tuesday, 30-day bottom. Wednesday was higher. Thursday was higher. Okay, you're not going to get any lower than the low of the month, allowing the 30 days. Here it is right here. You're going to make your money buying low, selling high. Let's play it out. Now, currently it's at 24. Okay, the 24.18 is where I can buy it for tomorrow morning. The closest strike price is going to be the 24.50 for next week. Okay, we're not doing this week because there's only one day left. Okay, we're not doing this week. So next week, the 24.50 is going for 51 cents a share. That is 2%. Plus, if I buy the 24.18 and I sell the 24.50s and it hits 24.50, I'm going to get the difference between the 24.18 and the 24.50, which is another 32 cents a share. So you add 32 cents a share onto this one. Now I'm walking away with 83 cents a share. That's over 3%. Well, I like that one, and it's Siri. All right, so let's go take a look at it. You ready? First thing I want to do is I already like the 24.50, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to change this right here on the Thinkorswim trading platform where it says single. I'm going to click onto that and see where it comes down here. It says covered stock. So what does that mean? It means I'm buying the stock and selling the option all in one trade. It's not two trades, it's one trade. That means I'm only paying one commission. All right, so I'm looking at the 24.50s. There it is right there. Click on that. That's not right. Oh yeah, I got to change this. Sorry, change it to covered stock. There, everything changes. Now I'm looking at the 24.50s right here. I'm going to buy that, and it automatically fills the order right here. Buying 1,000 shares of Siri. You don't have to buy 1,000. You can change it to 100, 200, 300, 5,000, 10,000, whatever you want. Okay, I'm buying 1,000 shares, and I'm selling 10 contracts. Okay, that's the covered call. Okay, the 27th September, that's next Friday. Siri is the stock price. Okay, here's the price I'm playing. Here's a limit order, and I'm going to hit confirm and send. Once I hit confirm and send, here's the actual trade and the numbers. So before you hit the send button, because once you hit that send button, that's an order that goes directly to the market maker. So before you do that, let's check the numbers. Here's the trade. Read it out loud so you know exactly what it is, because your eyes can deceive you and you could hit a wrong button. I've done it 4 times this year. I've hit the wrong button 4 times. Okay, I lost money twice. All right, anyway. Buy 10 covered Siri, S-I-R-I, 100s. Those are the weeklies. All right, means it expires every week. 27 September 24. Well, that's next Friday. Right? The 24.5, which is a 24 and a half, call plus the Siri. Limit order to open to open. Now, the reason it says to open, because you're doing 2 trades. One trade is the stock trade. You're buying it to open. The other trade is the option trade. You're selling it to open. It's a covered call. You're buying stock, you're selling the option. Okay, next line. Break even. The break-even price is, well, what's my break-even? If I buy it for this price, the break-even is $23.57. Well, the stock is currently at $24.18. So anything over $23.57 is going to be a profit. Now, remember when I told you safe, predictable, consistent? Well, predictable right there. That's my maximum profit. It's already telling me what I'm going to make on this trade. Now, here's the thing. I really honestly don't care if the stock goes up or the stock doesn't go up, because I like the stock. Remember rule number 1? Never buy something you do not like and you do not understand. Make sure you want to buy it to own it for the long term. If it just so happens to hit my target price and I make a profit off of it, well, I'm okay with that, because it's not a profit until you take it, and nobody ever went broke taking profits. And if I'm only looking for 1% per week, well, yeah, that's over 50% per year. And yeah, it does take a little bit of effort. So what? It takes me 5 or 10 minutes a day. Big deal. So I sit down at breakfast and I have breakfast for just a little bit longer. I'm on my phone making my trades, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, so anyway, maximum profit, 930 bucks. Here's where we're going to need our calculator. Calculator, come hither. Here we go, calculator. Clear that. My maximum profit, $930. $930. Okay, to figure out your rate of return, you take your profit, $930, and you divide it by the purchase price, $23,576. Divided by $23,576. That's going to give me a grand total of, new TV. Ooh, I like this one. Look at this. 3.9% return. Hell yeah, I'm putting that on my list for Monday. That's on my list for Monday. 3.9%, and it's Siri. Okay, so that's how we do that. And that's how you figure out the chart. So next thing I would do, I would just hit the send button, and that goes right to the market maker. But that's just an example of how it works. All right, let's get out of that. Delete. Let's get back to this. Back to here. Back to here. And here we go. Back at Siri. Yep. Everything's back to normal. It's really not that difficult. You're buying the stock and you're selling an option at the same time. Okay? Why I was confused by... Let's go back. Oh, my first trade. Okay, I don't think I ever... Okay. He buys the stock and he sells the covered call 86. Yep. I was confused by the red. We'll take a look at the site. Okay, well, the red is selling and the green is buying. Thoughts on VOO? Oh, who's that? HVVVVVV? Yeah, VOO? No. Okay, VOO, I don't like it for several reasons. Okay, VOO is a monthly. Okay, you do have monthly option. Okay, fine, dandy. Look at the price, 524 bucks. It's currently at the high of the year. Okay, fine, dandy. Well, it looks nice. So what is it I don't like about VOO? What I don't like about VOO is what they're not telling you. VOO. Okay, first and foremost, here we go. We got our dividends right here. Maximum amount. Let's go all the way back here. All right. Number one reason why I don't like VOO. Number one, it only has 14 years worth of dividends. I did not say increased dividends. I said dividends. All right, so let's take a look at the numbers, and you tell me if this sounds good or not. All right, 2010, 56, 53. Right off the bat, they're going backwards. You're going from 56 to 53, then to 54. That's not good. Then it jumps up to 57, 58, 69, 57. That's backwards again. 64, 69, 94, 67. That's backwards again. All right, let's keep on going. 78, 81, 88, 98, 90, backwards. 95, 109, 101, backwards. 95, backwards. 88, backwards. 130, 1, backwards. 101, 118, 108, backwards. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. There's no consistency whatsoever in their dividends. That's number one. Oh, that's number two. Number one is only 14 years of dividends. Not increased dividends, just plain dividends. Okay, so let's take a look at this summary. The summary gives you an idea of what your rate of return is going to be. Well, take a look at this. Your rate of return, 1.28%. Did you really even look at these numbers before you bought them? Oh, they pay monthly dividends. They must be great. Hell no. They're paying you 1.28%. There's CDs that pay more than that. There's federal government bonds that pay more than that. You're losing a shitload of money because the interest, the interest you're making, 1.28%. The inflation, what is the inflation nowadays? 9, 10, 12%? It's got to be something crazy. And don't give me that 2 or 3 bullshit that they blurt out on TV. No. I went to Walmart 4 years ago. A can of Coke is 50 cents. Well, now it's 75 cents. You can't tell me that's 3 or 4% increase. Fuck no, that's a 50% increase. Okay? A dozen eggs 4 years ago, 5 years ago was $1.87. Now it's like $4. You can't tell me that's 2 or 3% increase. Nope, that's 100% increase. Bullshit. Anyway, VOO, no. Sorry, dude. Bill, we already looked at Pfizer, and size was a no. Yeah, totally right. Mohammed, how are you tonight? Nice to hear from you, brother. All right. Write down Halliburton and Rio. Woohoo! I actually got Halliburton, but I don't have Rio. But it's transitory. Bullshit. Transitory. Shit. Have you ever met anyone from the government that was actually honest? I mean, seriously. I mean, I like Reagan. He was a straight shooter. I mean, he told you the government's going to rip you off. The 7 worst words you can ever hear. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. Do you remember when he said that? 7 words that people hate to hear. I'm from the government. I'm here to help. All right. VOO, no. So Pfizer. Didn't we already take a look at Pfizer, PFE? Right, 29.66, 29.70, so looking at the 30s. Yeah, we already looked at. So if you want to buy Pfizer, more power to you. Yeah, they kept trying to kill him. Yes, they did. They tried twice. All right, so Pfizer, 29.70. The closest one's going to be the 30. The 30 is only paying 24 cents. Yeah, no thanks. Ooh, Brian, Devon Energy. Wait a second. Brian, we're going to take a look at Halliburton first. Now, I do have some Halliburton. Okay, Halliburton. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? It's bouncing off that bottom right there. I love it when they bounce off that bottom. Do you use teeth? Yes, I do. All right. Halliburton. Okay. 29.53. The 29.50s are going for 54 cents. Not quite 2%, but it's close. Close to 2%. It works for me. All right. A year ago, we're at 42. We topped out at 43.89. Here's your bottom. Within the last 30 days, the bottom was right there on the 11th, and that was 27.50. Here's your bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to the upside. I1 Smart Centers SRU. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so here's your 30-day high, 32.50. Here's your 30-day bottom, 27.50. That's a $5 difference. Okay, she shoots up, 29.50. The 29.50 is going for 54 cents. That's well over 1%. I like Halliburton. I actually have some Halliburton. Okay, next, Rio. Siri just did a reverse split the past month. Yes, I'm aware of that. I had some Siri. Now I have a weird number of Siris. Doesn't do me any good. Okay, Rio, R-I-O. R-I-O. R-I-O-U. Oh, come on. Monthly. We don't like monthly. So we're going to jump onto Devon Energy. Brian, Devon Energy. DVN. I like Devon Energy. I do. Okay? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Okay, it's bouncing off that bottom. I love these bounces off the bottom. Okay, what stock is that? Devon Energy. DVN. Wally! How you doing, Wally? All right. Currently sitting at 40.97. So the 41s are going for 63. Well, that's well over 1%. Over 1%. And a Friday, we're back into cash. Great. And I do it again with something else next week. Every single week I do another company because they just keep coming over and over and over again. There's over 300 companies in my little register because those are the companies that have consistently increased their dividend payments to the shareholders. And that's what I am. I am a shareholder. You're a shareholder. When you buy a stock, you become a shareholder. You own a part of the company. So you get a choice. Do I want to buy a company that takes all their profits and keeps it, puts it back in for capital growth? If that's what you're looking for, that's a no. You're in the wrong place for that. This is for cash flow. Okay? I buy a stock, I sell a covered call, I collect 1%. Now, I know a lot of you may think 1% is not a lot, but if you take a look at my page, okay, and I actually show you the numbers. I do. Look, account number 1 has $142,000 in it. $142,000, that's $1,400 a month for less than 1 hour of work. Okay, 5 or 10 minutes, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, about an hour of work every day. No, sorry, an hour of work every week makes me about $1,400 in just this account. Okay, then I got this one and I got that one. And I got 3 others. So 1% for an hour, it's working very nicely for me. And I'm just giving you guys the opportunity to peek over my shoulder and watch what I do. And I'm answering questions for you. If it works, great. If it don't work, hey, I'm still going to be doing it. Okay? There's nothing anyone can say or do to make me change my mind. I'm not looking for extra risk. Okay? So there's certain things I just won't do. I won't do cryptocurrency because there's no right now it's just a pipe dream. Lack of better words. It's a pipe dream. Okay? We can't use it to pay our electric bill. I can't use it to go out and buy a bottle of water. I can't use it for anything other than buying stuff online. And there's certain things online I can't buy with cryptocurrency. Now, and there's no regulations either. And it's just like the wild, wild west. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. The high was 73,000. Well, now it's in the 40s. Well, somebody just lost $30-something thousand because if the high is in the 70s, well, somebody had to buy it at 70 to make it that high. Well, now it's in the 40s. Well, somebody just lost $30,000 a piece. Yeah, no, thank you. Maybe when I get more money, I have more money than brains. But right now I have more brains than money, so I'm kind of at a loss, aren't I? Maybe thanks. Put the screen in night mode. How the heck do you put the screen in night mode? You make it sound like I have an idea what the heck I'm doing. I just barely know how to use the computer. Are we predicting Jesus retiring soon? I have no idea. I haven't seen his resume, so don't know what to tell you. J Baby, spiders, no. Bryce, put the screen on night mode. I have no idea what night mode is. I'd love to help you out with it, but I have no idea what it is. Okay. Is Spider going to be bullish for the rest of the month? No idea, Jay. I don't do spiders. What? Holy cow. I'm caught up. What do you think of Icon Energy stocks does have a cash dividend? I've never heard of them. Hey, James, can I do this on Webull? To be totally honest with you, I don't even know what Webull looks like. I mean, I signed into it once because I did have an account there. Night mode. Okay, a literal millionaire. I know what night mode means. I just don't know how to do it. So we're kind of bumming on that one. All right. That's all the questions. Awesome. Now I can actually look at the stocks that are on the list. Okay, no more questions. Let's take a look at some stocks. All right, we looked at AAP. We looked at ARM, VLO, Valera. We looked at Valera. Comcast. We haven't done Comcast yet. Let's take a look at Comcast. Do I invest in bio stocks? Well, if they're over 20 years old and they have 20 years of increased dividend, then yes, I do. But I don't know of any off the top of my head. CMCSA. Okay, so Comcast has only been around since the 1960s, but they had 64 million customers paying them every single month. Well, that must be nice. All right. High, low, where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? 40.26. The 40.50s are going for 44. That's 1%. Cool. No, it's not. Because wait a minute, the 40.50. Yeah. Okay, so the 40.50. Nice. All right, well, let's zoom on in and take a look at the chart and see if it looks right. All right, a year ago, 45.68. The high was 47, and that was back in the end of January. So our bottom was right here at the end of April, and that was 36.43. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's a lot of movement. Okay, last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. All right, I'm going to say no to Comcast for this week. Now, I usually buy Comcast every quarter, but it doesn't look like I'm buying it this quarter. Reason being, it's at the high of the year now. Yeah, no thank you. All right, I'll wait for it to pull back, and I'm going to put Comcast on the list for 2 weeks from today. CMCSA. All right, so sorry about that. Comcast is going to be a no. All right, so next on the list, Nelly, N-L-Y, Annaly. Yeah, that's going to be a no for this week. Wasn't that quick? Actually, it is that quick. Thanks for the content. Can you please explain briefly what options are and how to buy and sell? NVIDIA options, no. For someone relatively new and has an account on Tink or Swim. All right, number one, I'm terribly sorry to inform you, I don't like NVIDIA. The reason I don't like NVIDIA, okay, other than the fact that it did a 10-to-1 split recently, it was at $1,200 a share. At $1,200 a share, the book value is $2 a share. Okay, even at 120, what are they at now? I'm going to do NLE in a second. Hold on a second. So, NVIDIA has $2. That's what it's worth. The company, it's worth. You take a look at this. The profit and loss statement. No, that's not it. The balance sheet. There we go. The balance sheet. Take a look at the balance sheet. What they own, what they owe. So if you took everything that NVIDIA owns, sold it all off to pay the investors back and everybody they owned money to, okay, you would get $2 a share. That is all the company is worth, $2 a share. But to make it worse, if that's not bad enough, the dividend for what were we just talking about? NVIDIA. The dividend is 1 penny. 1 penny per share. There's no possible way on God's green earth they can increase for 20 consecutive years on having a 1 cent dividend. Sorry. What's a good option to buy for the next week around Tuesday and Wednesday? All right, Jay Baby, I don't buy options. Okay, 80% of all options expire worthless. It's a fact. Okay? So why would you want to buy? Do you think you're in the 20% group? Fine, more power to you. I'd like to be in the 80% group where I sell options to people like you. Don't take it wrong. Namaste. Namaste. Okay, so 80% of them all expire. I have no problem whatsoever selling an option to somebody like you. So when you buy it, it expires worthless. I still get my money. I don't buy options. I sell them. Okay, I like to have odds and probabilities in my favor. So if it's going to expire, I don't want to buy it. I want to sell it. Okay, so we're looking at Annaly, L-Y. High, low, where was it, where is it, what direction is it going? It's going to be a no for this week because it's at the high of the year. But if you really like it, at $20.90, the 21 is going for 11 cents. That's not even 0.5%. That's a no. Sorry, NLY, no. Sorry, the numbers just don't work. How do you sell them? Simple. Ring, ring, ring. Zara, how are you doing today? I have no idea why you're ringing. But anyway, how do you sell them? Don't you have to buy first and sell it? Unfortunately, no, you don't. The funny thing about the stock market is when you buy something, you got to sell it. But in the stock market, you can do it in reverse. You can sell something, but eventually you have to buy it back. So when you open a trade, well, you either buy it to open or you sell it to open. Case closed. Yeah, you got it. Okay, so I can sell it first and then buy it later. So here we go, hypothetically. If I sell this one right here at 37 cents a share, okay, so each contract is worth $37, okay, I can Because right, see where it is right now? It's at the high of the year. Okay, it's at the high of the year, and it's starting to come down. Okay, because today was a down day. Okay, it could keep on coming down, down, down. Safe, predictable, consistent, and no way that you can lose. It was created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. She said, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, can you teach me to do what you're doing?" I thought it was wonderful. So me and my daughter had a lot of bonding time teaching her how to trade. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. All right? So if I like Annaly, I would buy it at $20.90. And then I would sell the 21 and I would collect 11 cents a share, but I wouldn't do that because those numbers just don't work. But let me show you one that does work. What was a good one? Ooh. All right, so here's a good one right here. Now this one, no, this is, remember, Jay, this is not a recommendation. Why am I not getting my data? No, where'd my data go? All right, there's my data right there. All right, Jay, follow. You ready? This is not a recommendation, okay? But listen closely. Siri or Sirius XM radio, you know, what's his name? Warren Buffett owns a lot of this. This is where I got it from. All right, here's our high, here's our low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Take a look right there. This is today and yesterday. It's bouncing off that bottom. So let's zoom in and take a closer look at it. All right. Monday is the 30-day bottom. Here's your 30-day top right here. 30-day top. This is all profit taking. Here's your 30-day bottom right here on Monday. Tuesday was up. Wednesday was up. And today was up. Cool. I love bouncing off of a 30-day bottom. 3 days to the upside. Awesome. All right, so take a look. Currently, the last price, 24. So I can buy it tomorrow morning at 24.18. So let's say hypothetically I buy it at 24.18. Now I want to sell an option against it. Okay? I want to sell the 24, either the 24s for 75 cents or the 24.50s at 51 cents. Either one of them I'm making a nice return. Okay, see, I'm looking for a 1 or 2% return per week. Now I know it doesn't sound like much and you might be looking for more than that. But 1% a week is over 50% per year. Yeah, it's going to take you 5 or 10 minutes every day, but what is 5 or 10 minutes every day? If you can make 1%. Well, what's 1%? Well, let's say hypothetically you have a $50,000 account. Well, 1% a week, that's $25,000 a year. Okay, now if you're like me and you have a $100,000 account, well, 1% a week is $50,000 a year. That's $1,000 a week for 1 hour of work. That works for me. All right, anyway. So I would do a covered call, which means I get rid of this. I jump to where it says covered, and I move on over to here. Now remember I said I like the 24s. The 24s are right here, so I buy the 24s right there. And then I hit confirm. Well, here's my profit right here. $730. Well,